Before we hear from Josh and Margot, we need to talk about the bet that we concocted since I beat you in the head-to-head during the AFC championship game. So we did the donation, but then we thought about what would be a nice personal kind of bet that we could talk about. And I was supposed to talk about it today on an ESPN interview I did. I talked about Stat Hero. I went through the whole thing, talked about my team, which I'm excited about. In fact, I think my team is so good, Stat Hero is offering 3-1. Like if you play me and you beat me, they pay out 3-1. You put up 10, you get 30. How about that?
That's good math, Joe. That's some good-ass math, buddy.
I appreciate
it's almost
that.
as good as my spelling. You know, it's very close to my spelling.
Mine was mine was way easier. But we thought about a bet, and that is Michelle and I are going to bring the twins, the 3-year-old twins, out to Los Angeles for the upcoming Super Bowl in a few days from now. And why don't you go ahead and say what our bet be morphed into?
Okay. Well, I'll preface it by saying that Joe, myself, Michelle, his wife, and Aaron were all very good friends. And we like to see each other when we are in town. But Joe is now sort of, I guess it would be called a punishment, although hanging out with his boys probably isn't a punishment. But now while they go to brunch and have a beautiful Saturday morning, I will be in the hotel room with the twins, with Wyatt and Blake, who don't really know me. So it could be a total disaster.
Well, it's not going to start well because that's the problem.
No, it
won't. The question is,
right.
Can you get it back? Can you?
Yes.
Because the minute
no
Michelle,
doubt.
Aaron, and I leave, and you're left with two 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to go they're going to go apeshit fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Okay?
I know.
And now the question is, can you reel them back in?
Without a doubt. This is what I'm good at. I have the touch. I am a natural when it comes to children and parenting and all of that. They will be fine. I will always find a way. And maybe it's not a way that you guys would appreciate, but I will find a way. But it is kind of a bummer because a nice Saturday brunch with maybe some champagne and, you know, some lox and bagels would be nice. But instead I'll be with your crazy children. But just please don't try to be too long. I know brunches can take a while. So let's keep it a short brunch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, brunch by its very definition is combining breakfast and lunch.
Right.
So
that's at least 3 hours.
That's at least 3 hours because you have to cover from a late breakfast to an early lunch. That's a nice 3-hour window.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we've determined will be the payback from Oliver for me beating him in the head-to-head. And by the way, when we were talking about the 3-1 odds at Stat Hero, you just go to stathero.com/beatjoebuck and promo code BUCK with a 100% deposit match. So there you go. Go to Stat Hero. If you want another reason to watch the Super Bowl coming up, you can beat the team that I laid out, 6 players, $100,000 salary cap. And it's stathero.com/beatjoebuck and promo code BUCK with a 100% deposit match. So, yeah.
Are you allowed to say who you picked, or did you make your picks yet? I don't know.
I made my picks. So I have picked as my MVP Cooper Kupp.
Good.
I have picked as my quarterback Joe Burrow.
Love. I
have picked as my other receiver Odell Beckham Jr. So now and the reason I did that is I'm playing. Really, I'm a fan of both quarterbacks. So Burrow goes off, I'm happy. Stafford goes off, I'm happy, even though I didn't pick Stafford because who's he probably throwing to? Odell Beckham Jr. or Cooper Kupp. So I've got Burrow, Kupp, OBJ, Samaje Perine, who's the backup running back to Joe Mixon for the Bengals. Cam Akers, who is the running back for the LA Rams, who I think Sean McVay wants to really feature. And then McPherson, the kicker from Cincinnati, who as a rookie is just a superstar and has as much swag, albeit as a kicker, as Joe Burrow. I guess Burrow told the story that he was warming up on the sideline and took his last warm-up kick. And then as he's walking out, he just turns and says to either Burrow or somebody, looks like we're going to the Super Bowl. Like, hey, this is before he made the kick. So I like that kind of confidence. That's why he's on my team. And there you go, stathero.com or download the app.
All right. I'll play your ass even though we already did ours, but I'll see what I can do against you.
Okay.
3-1 in case you missed Joe's math. You bet 10, you win 30.
You hear that? We've got English covered, language skills, and now math. And here's the other part. I said on my ESPN interview, stathero.com/beatjoebuck, I said the beat Joe Buck part sounds like, I'm doing, that's what Red Sox fans say when I'm doing like Red Sox Yankees, but it's a different kind of beat. There ain't no Stat Hero involved when that's going on. So
I know. Well, now if for those of you who ever hated Joe Buck, you can actually go beat him. You know what I mean?
Yes, electronically.
But I think